What I have got inside this box right here may just be the best desktop humidor for you to start your cigar journey with. What's going on, everybody? Cigar Show Tim here, and I have got a desktop humidor from TISFA, also known as XIFI, and they put out a whole bunch of different accessories, but they sent me this desktop humidor for my honest evaluation of it. So what I'm going to do is walk you through what comes inside the box and then go through what I would do to season it and prepare it to put in your cigars. So I've already taken it out of the box, and let me show you what you get. Inside here, you have got this humidor right here. It's a desktop humidor. You can see that it does have an analog hygrometer on it right there down at the bottom. You can see it right there. And then inside there are some paper and some other accessories to help you get started in your journey. So when you open it up, let me explain to someone who maybe hasn't been around cigars or hasn't had a humidor before. Maybe you're going from, having just a Ziploc bag with, a humidification pouch in there or whatever it may be, and you've branched out and you got your first 20 to 30 cigar holder humidor. So when you open up and close your humidor, you want there to be a tight seal. That is the biggest complaint with desktop humidors, is that you should never get one because they don't have a tight enough seal. Well, I can tell you this one here has a very stiff opening, and watch, when I let go of it, you won't even hear it go thud. It'll just be like a wind sound. You don't even hear the wood closing. And then you can see right there how it's nice, and look at that right there, nice tight seal, how it lowered itself the rest of the way. That is what you want in a desktop humidor. So when we open this one up, inside here, let me show you what you get. You get a divider stick, so if you want to separate out cigars one kind from another, lighter cigars from darker cigars, whatever you may want to do, separate out brands. But also inside the box, or inside the humidor, excuse me, what you get is one of their humidification little trays. And if we open this up here, we will see that what we have is some 3M double stick Velcro tape. And then inside here is a tray that has a sponge-like material inside it. It's almost like the material if you order a bouquet of flowers and they're in an arrangement. It's got that like styrofoam foam stuff that you put water in. It's that kind of material which is inside here. And what you do is you take the next thing that's inside the humidor. You take this little eyedropper and you soak up a little bit of distilled water. If you're brand new to cigars, you absolutely cannot use tap water. The minerals, the chlorine, whatever it is that's in your tap water will taint and will negatively impact the cigars in your humidor. So take this little eyedropper, suck up a little bit of distilled water, and inside the different little areas here where they have the little cutouts, put some distilled water and put it in until you can basically see that the water is at its limit, or that the trough, I should say, is at its limit. You don't want to overfill it, but fill it up to that point. And then what you do is you put this inside the humidor and you let it sit there closed for about a week. I know that seems like a long time, but what you want to do is you want to allow the wood inside this humidor to absorb the moisture, to absorb the distilled water slowly, so that you don't expand the wood too quickly. You don't want it to cause any problems. You don't want it to go quickly in there and start by wiping down your humidor. That is one of the biggest misnomers about desktop humidors, wooden ones especially, that are not Tupperdoors or something else that are acrylic like that. Don't wipe down the wood immediately. What that does is it causes the wood fibers to expand very rapidly to try and pull in all that moisture, and it actually can degrade the wood inside the humidor. So set this in there, leave it in there for a week. The analog hygrometer that's on here, I can't test for its accuracy at this point because I'm unboxing it and going through it with you. But what I would recommend doing, just to make sure you have two different sources of information, is get a digital hygrometer. And digital hygrometers are not expensive. They're on Amazon. They're very easy to get. And get a digital hygrometer that you can put in here and let it sit the entire time that you're seasoning your humidor. That's what letting the original moisture the first time get into the wood is called. It's seasoning your humidor. And once your humidor is seasoned and you open it up, you will smell that rich Spanish cedar that lines the inside of this humidor. And so once that time period has gone through, then what you do is open up your humidor and begin to load in your cigars. And you want to make sure that you have enough cigars to fill this to about 60 or 70% capacity. So this is rated at 20 to 30 cigars. So what I would recommend doing is filling it up to about 16 or so cigars, about a dozen and a half cigars, 16 to 18, and let it sit at that point. Now, the number of cigars is going to vary depending on the size or vitola of the cigars that you put in here. If you're putting in Toros, you're probably not going to fit 16 Toros in here. If you're putting in Robustos, you should be able to fit 15 to 16 Robustos into this humidor, no problem whatsoever. But once you put the cigars in the humidor, let them sit there for a few days and let everything acclimate together, because then you can make sure that they're not pulling, that the cigars aren't pulling the humidity out too quickly, that the humidity is dropping too quickly, a number of different factors. But what you can also monitor is make sure that the humidity doesn't go up and put you in jeopardy of having a bloom of mold take place, or a number of different things that can negatively impact your cigars. So, first thoughts on this, first impressions of this desktop humidor. One, I absolutely love the seal on it. It is very, very secure and tight, and I enjoy that a lot. It does come with a paper that's inside here, and it has some information as far as taking the paper out of it, the hygrometer, recommended humidity inside a humidor is between 65 and 75%. I would keep it 65 to 70%. My personal preference on that, getting to 75%, especially if it's kept somewhere that's a little bit warmer, above 70 degrees, you can start to enter the danger zone or the risky area of having mold start to grow within your humidor and on your cigars. And then it says, exactly like I did, when the humidity is lower, add distilled water, and it should supplement and help increase the humidity for where you want to be. And it says on here, when the humidity is higher than 80%, it shows that there's too much distilled water, there's too much moisture in there that it can't get rid of, and or it's absorbing it, and you don't want that much moisture inside your humidor. So what I would recommend doing is, if it starts to go up there really quickly, is take this out. Take this little moisture tray out and leave just the cigars in there, and give it about a day or so to adjust and see how it does to acclimate. And then it's got more information about, and the hygrometer is installed in the humidor, is pre-calibrated and does not require any adjustment whatsoever. So that's the instruction paper that comes with the humidor. It's nice that they include it, especially brand new in your cigar journey. This is the kind of information that you want to have so that you can make sure what you are doing with your new cigar collection is going to be beneficial to you enjoying your cigar journey. So, this comes from TISFA. TISFA, also known as Xife, as I mentioned earlier in the video, puts out a ton of different accessories. I really enjoy their products. Yes, they do send them out for me to give my honest opinion of and to give my input, but they have had some accessories that haven't been a big wowie for me, and they have had others that I really enjoy. But if you're in the market for a new desktop humidor, then I would advise you to go and check out the link that I have down below. No affiliate marketing, no links. I make no money off of this whatsoever, but I'd love to help you out in your cigar journey. So if this is a product that you think makes sense for you to get, then go and check it out. Am I saying that this is the absolute best of every single beginner desktop humidor? No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, based on the build quality and everything that I can see as of right now, this is a quality humidor that you at least want to check out when you're starting out your cigar journey, because whether you've got a dozen cigars or whether you've got 12 dozen cigars, you want to make sure that they're protected and kept in a humidor, in a case that is going to help them continue aging, staying at the right temperature and humidity. A desktop humidor like this, you do want to keep in a semi-temperature controlled environment inside your house, inside a cupboard, a pantry, whatever it may be, because sunlight can negatively impact your cigars. Yes, there's glass on here, but you want to make sure that you don't have the humidor in any kind of direct sunlight next to a window, because that can also degrade your cigars. So that is the information on this TISFA 20 to 30 count desktop humidor. If you want to check it out, the link's down below. I'd highly recommend you at least look it up. It is at a very, very affordable price, and quite honestly, TISFA runs sales very frequently on their products, so chances are there's a little square box that you click on that says save X amount of percent on this purchase. You're probably going to save money when you go and check this out. So if this sounds like something that makes sense, go and get it. And if you have a desktop humidor and you're just starting in your cigar journey, put some comments down below. Do you have questions? What do you want to know? Is there something that you'd like explained to you that you just are kind of curious about, and there's a whole bunch of different answers online and you want to just get an idea as to what makes the most sense? Put the comments down below. I'd love to help you in your cigar journey, just like people more experienced in their cigar journey helped me out when I was starting. So I hope you enjoyed this quick unboxing and review of the TISFA 20 to 30 count desktop humidor. If you like it, go and check it out. But as I say every time, above all else, enjoy your cigar journey, everybody. I'm Cigar Show Tim. As always, I'll see you.